Hi guys, welcome back to this week's report. Well, we're in the middle of a snowstorm up here on Upper Red Lake. So far we got about 7-8 inches of snow on the ground. It hasn't affected the ice down the south end here yet. That doesn't mean it's not going to by the weekend. So I want to stress checking with your resort before you head out with your ATV or on foot this weekend. Some resorts may be pulling houses, some may not. So check with them before you venture out. Sometimes when you get a lot of snow on the ice, especially when you have under a foot, sometimes it can happen when you have 2 feet of ice. You get a lot of water on top and it can create some dangerous spots. So, as you can see, we're in the middle of a blizzard right now, so we're going to jump in the otters and do some fishing.
This week we've been using 2 baits and 2 baits only, Rippin' Raps and tumbler spoons. Every morning when I go out, I want to see exactly how aggressive the fish are, so I throw the Rippin' Rap down, and periodically through the day when our bite windows come through, you really want to key in on those bite windows. The best bite times this week have been from 7 to 10 in the morning and then from 2 to 6 at night. And those are very, very large bite windows. And when the fish come through, what we're seeing is not 2s and 3s, we're seeing pockets of 6, 8, 12, 15 fish coming up through the holes when they start moving in. So now, with your tumbler spoons, if they're just not that aggressive hitting that Rippin' Rap, bait it different. That spoon will have different action depending on how you bait it. If you bait it with a full minnow hooked through the head, it'll actually come up and do circles. That is absolutely seductive for these Red Lake walleyes. Now, if you just use a head, it's got a nice wounded bait fish action.
This guy just absolutely drilled it. Now this is your typical slot fish here on Red Lake. That's about 15-inch fish, nice and fat, and we're just having a great time out here. Again, when the bite slows, if you're not getting those fish on those Rippin' Raps, change up to tumbler spoons and you'll start putting more fish on the ice.
When you come to Red Lake this weekend, remember VMC tumbler spoons and Rippin' Raps in size 5 and 6. The Red Lake Weekly Report is brought to you by Tuned Up Custom Rods, Ice Force, and Portavilla Ice Rentals.